Okay, you guys, listen, I want to share this story with you guys. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny back then. You know how you go through stuff like it ain't funny because you be crying, but later on you like, man, that was so funny. Listen, you guys, fast forward. So 2 years ago, when I went through my narcissist abuse or whatever, I had left my job. And I was not expecting to go back to work, all right, because I already had a plan. I was going into ministry, I was going to do business, and I was in school. So I just had my own plan, and I was just ready to launch. All right. Well, pretty much when you deal with a narcissist, they clean you out. I mean, they take you to the cleaners for real. Those are the real cleaners right there. So I lost everything or whatever, and I had to figure out, what am I going to do? So fast forward, you guys, for a whole year straight, I was doing Uber. Y'all, your girl was out here Ubering 12, 16 hours a day. All right. I said, Lord, I said, Jesus, Lord, I'm about to get a job. Okay. I like being in a corporate office. All right, I'm going back to the banking industry. And God said no. And I said, you know what? It's getting hard out here. One thing I know how to do is get a job. Long story short, you guys, I applied for jobs and jobs and jobs and jobs and jobs. For the first time in my life, no one called me back. Y'all, I said, Lord, this is something right. I said, Lord, what you doing? I know it's you, because literally my banking experience qualified for a master's degree. I don't have to apply for jobs. People see my resume, they call me. So it just didn't make sense in this season. And I was like, Lord, it's you. So I prayed about it. I got a word, be still and know that I am God. But the bill was billing, okay? And I said, be still, okay? All right, God. All right. So I was being still, but still rocking. You know how you rocking or whatever. Y'all, long story short, them bill was billing. I said, Lord, I got to take action. I got to do something. Fast forward, I went back again. A job finally called me back. I said, yes, I got a job. Y'all, do you not know? You know how when you're a kid and you got that big day to school, you getting your clothes right, you staying up all night? I was like that. For the whole week, you guys, I was preparing it. On the weekend, I was doing my Bible study with the Most High. I'm excited, playing worship music. I got my suit fresh and everything, talking to God. The whole time while for those 3 days that weekend, God was giving me revelation concerning the move I was ready to make. I completely missed it because I was doing a Bible study. It wasn't like my personal time with God. Missed the revelation, you guys. Fast forward, while I went to work. I worked for this company before in the past. I went to work and then I had to give them my green card. So the lady called me in the office. I'm thinking, yeah, she calling me so I can give them this green card or whatever. Y'all, I went in that office and got fired at 12 p.m. on my first day. I said, okay. Y'all, I smiled. I knew it was the Holy Spirit that came upon me because I smiled and I said, okay. And they was, being very apologetic because they actually made a mistake. They shouldn't have hired me in the first place based on why I left. But they made a mistake. Somebody didn't do their thing in HR and they got me back on board. So I left alone, y'all. Ooh, y'all. At that time, my car engine was messed up, so I had to literally walk to the bus stop. And mind you, I have heels on and I got a suit on. Now, here's the funny thing. I told God, I said, Lord, I'm going to be the best thing walking. They're going to see your glory walking to that bus stop. And they sure did see his glory walking at 12 p.m. after I got fired. I laugh about this story, you guys. I couldn't believe it, but I wanted to share this. When God tell you be still and don't do something, please be still, don't do it. Regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the bill that is billing, be still. Okay, I could have saved myself. Now, I was embarrassed because I was prophesying on that way. But my heart was a little bit, you got that high expectation. You stay up for the whole weekend. I mean, you packing come on, I'm prophesying and everything. But I'm glad I stayed in the presence of God because it helped me to handle that, to where instead of letting that get into my heart, I went straight into prophesying mode. I just started prophesying my whole way through. But I could have saved myself that by just listening to God, taking the time to slow down and paying attention to the revelation he gave me, because he actually spoke the word. I just missed it. Listen, when God said, be still and know that I am God, and he said, don't do this, don't go back to it, be still, know that he's God, and don't go back to it. That's all.